difficult conversation we got to have today. I got to say, I'm really upset about what's happened in Charleston. These people, I know people want to make this out to be a racist thing, and it is. It is. A white racist by the name of Dylan Roof slaughtered, and I'm going to use the word slaughtered. I don't like the word murdered because that involves some kind of humanity possibly, but this is slaughtered. Slaughtered people inside of a church. And it doesn't matter if they were black, they were Mexican, they were German, I don't care what they were. This is, a church is the one place you think you should be able to go where you will not be killed. And yet these people were. And the reason I don't want to see this as racism is because we need to have a talk about beliefs. And to talk about beliefs, you have to push racism aside. You have to understand what's really going on. Because it's easy to say it's whites versus blacks, that it is just that basic, and it's really not. It's just one of the many battles that go on, and it's all about beliefs. It's about what people believe. White people, as a rule, do not hate black people, do not want to kill black people. They're willing to survive beside black people as equals. Don't have a problem with it anymore. We went through the civil rights thing. We're done with that. But there is a percentage of the population who believe, remember the word believe that black people are inferior, black people take things out of their mouths, take things away from them, that the black people are not worthy of being part of society. And this is, we call it racism. We have to label it as something, but it's about belief. It's what these idiots, and I will use the word strongly, idiots, believe. They honestly believe they're superior to someone who bleeds the exact goddamn same way when they're shot. The same. Every person he shot, he watched him bleed just like he would have, if it would have been him. It would have been no difference. And yet, we're okay with calling it racism, because that makes it better. Because it's a struggle. You know, it's white people versus black people. We can say it's okay, you know, yeah, we're upset, you know, some black people were shot. Next week, there'll probably be some black person shooting some white people. It's racism. It's what happens. Well, it's not. This country was built upon the premise of people living together, regardless of race, regardless of belief. That's what America's about. And if you don't frickin' like it, go to another country, live there. Because this is our country. This is our country where we live together. We believe strongly that we're brought together by some force, whether it be God, nature, or whatever. We're brought together to form a nation. And damn it, it's about high time we look at these lunatics and realize, again, they don't believe the same thing we do. They don't believe in the America we do. They don't belong in the America we live in. They don't belong. They don't. If you look at your neighbor and you decide that they do not belong in America, just only because you formed an opinion about them, they're not the ones that are the problem. You are. You are. It's a passionate thing, but you know, it really gets to me. Another example. Christianity versus Islam. We believe in the same damn God. What the hell? Allah is no different than Jehovah or God. There's no difference. They're the same God. And if you think because you are Islam or you're a Christian that you're going to go to heaven and the other person isn't, you're a freaking idiot. An idiot. Because the reality is you're all worshiping the same God. And that same God says, do not kill. Send it to all of you. But you know, you actually have the idiocy to say, well, he just doesn't want me to kill the people who believe like I do. Let me get something through your simple little minds that you need to understand. Beliefs belong to human beings. They do not belong to divine beings. They don't belong to creation. They don't belong to nature. Nature does not discriminate, nor does God, if that's where your beliefs are at. We are all born equal, the same way. There's no discrimination about that. Where discrimination occurs is when we get involved, the human beings. We're the ones that discriminate. We're the assholes. And I'm going to say it, we are. We actually think, because we believe differently or we think differently, that we're better than someone else. Because somebody in Islam believes this is the way things are, and someone on the Christian side believes this is the way things are. Somebody has to be wrong. They can't both be right, can they? Well, you know what? Beliefs belong to the individual. If someone is Christian and wants to believe a certain way, they deserve the right to believe that way. And it's the same thing with Islam. If they want to believe a certain way, they deserve the right to believe a certain way. Here is the stipulating point that I want to make extremely clear to all of you. The problem is when those beliefs are pushed upon someone else that doesn't believe what you believe. You know, if I believe everybody should wear a blue shirt just like I did today, that's my belief. I can wear blue every day. That's my choice. I should be allowed to wear this shirt every day. But should I be able to tell you, you must wear this shirt? That you have to? Well, if you want to join my religion, sure. Yeah, you want to be, I'll be in charge of you. We'll have a nice little cult together. We'll wear blue cult. You got to wear blue to be with me. But I can't walk into a store, hold a gun to somebody, and say, you going to believe in me and wear blue with me, or am I going to blow you away? That's wrong. That's wrong. And it sounds so stupid, but that's exactly what's going on here. It's exactly what this is all about. You don't think the same as I do, so I have two choices. I can either accept that would certainly be the human thing to do, or I can eliminate you. And then when I do that, there's no problems anymore. There's no issues. Because if I get rid of enough of you, everybody's going to wear blue like me. That makes me a god, right? That's where I get my power, right? Well, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. I can't do enough to convince you of that. It's wrong. When you say someone must believe as you do, that's wrong. And when they say you must believe as them, they're wrong. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a simple world. We just aren't simple people. I want to give you something to think about. And I want you to think long and hard about this, because I didn't create this website. Everybody looks at the name The Instigator and they tell, this guy's an idiot. He's out to cause trouble and he just wants to get everybody pissed off at each other. No, that's not about it. An instigator, by definition, is a person that forces you to look at an issue and think about it. That's what I want. I want you to look at what I present, to think about it, and then to form your own opinions. I don't want followers. I don't want sheep. I don't want a sign that says the instigator for president, or no. I would screw up the country worse than the current guy's doing, and believe me, it is possible. Trust me. Elect me and see what happens. But don't. The reality of it is, I want you to re-examine your beliefs, to know that in your heart what you believe is good. I want you to examine other people's beliefs, to ask yourself, can I coexist with those? Can can I live with that? If someone is different than me, can I be okay with that? Can I let them be different? Because if I'm here screaming on a pulpit, I should be able to do this and people are stopping me from doing it. Am I any better if I turn around in my next breath and tell somebody that because I believe in something, they can't do that, what they want? Classic example, prayer in school. I prayed in school every day growing up until 10th grade. 10th grade they said, you can't do that no more. You can't do that in school. Well, why? Not everybody believes in God. I was brought up in a church environment. I couldn't believe not everybody believed in God. But you know, as I grew older, it made sense. Not everybody thinks the same. Not everybody believes the same. How, you're sitting next to a child that was brought up as a Hindu. They don't think things the same way through you do. They don't believe in God. So, should they pray to someone they don't even know or care about? Doesn't seem right. So, of course, the school says, moment of silence. That's good. You want to pray? You can pray. Just pray to yourself. And if you don't want to pray, you don't have to. I was okay with that. I sat down and I still did my prayer to myself. Went the rest of school that way. Didn't think it was such a bad thing. But then they changed that too. Now there's no moment of silence. You can't pray in school at all. Now, instead of people being forced to pray to a God they don't believe in, people are being forced to not pray when they want to. To me, that's sad. It wasn't hurting anyone to have that silent moment. It wasn't hurting a thing. No one was being forced to pray. No one was being forced not to pray. That is equality. That is everyone being allowed to express their belief. But being told, you can't do that, or being told, you must do that, neither is right. And people bring civil rights into beliefs, but here's why they bring it in. It's because civil rights is a human being telling another human being what's right or wrong. Again, civil rights is one human being telling another human being what's right or wrong. When we gave women the right to vote, that was one human being giving another human being a right to vote. When we gave black people the right to vote, it was one human being giving another human being the right to vote. And I want to correct myself here. I've used black a couple times. Because of my upbringing, I was brought up that people of dark color were black. That's wrong too. And then I was told they're African Americans. Sounds better, but they're really not. How many people? Raise your hands. You're a person of black color in the United States, and you came directly from Africa. You're born there, right? You came here last week, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? No, you've never been to Africa. You don't. No, you're not an African American. Some you are. Some came from Africa. I don't take that away from them. But to say they're all African Americans, I'm sorry, that's as damn prejudiced as saying black. In fact, why the hell do we even have to say black? They're Americans. They vote. They have an opinion. They work in this country. They live in this country. Why do we have to segregate them? Why do we segregate Hispanics? Why do we segregate people of Asian origin? Why can't we just be Americans? Why? Does that make any sense to anyone out there that we have to differentiate? I don't hear anybody saying, I'm a German American. I'm an Irish American. Well, at the pub, that one comes in handy because you're letting people know instantly you can outdrink them. But is that a little bit of a stereotype? Maybe. I don't know. But it's okay to be proud of where you come from if you actually came from there. And I don't have a problem with that. If you came from Ireland, you came off the boat, plane, whatever, from Ireland, you can say you're an Irish American. If your parents were Irish, grandparents were Irish, I think you can say you're an Irish American. But if it 10 generations ago, I'm sorry, you're an American. You're not Irish. Nothing. You're a mutt, just like the rest of us. Because you have instilled upon you many different bloods. And the same goes for people of different races. You're not African Americans unless your parents, your grandparents came off that boat. You're not. You're not. You're human beings. And as human beings, you have an inalienable right to be treated with respect. You certainly should not be shot at, and damn well should not be murdered in a church because there's some freaking idiot out there that actually thinks that he's doing the world good. But killing innocent, caring, loving people who could not, for the life of them, change what they were. They were born of a different color, but they committed no other sin. They did nothing to no one except for sat in their building talking to a being that they felt gave them comfort, a being they thought would protect them. And in the end, I don't know. It's a hard one to say. Did God just let them die? Did God abandon them? Or on the other side of things, maybe God felt for them. Maybe God said, you're good people. You don't belong with these other people that are idiots. You don't belong among these insane people. Maybe you belong in a better place. And maybe that's what really was being said in Charleston, is that when people sit in a church and hurt no one, and they're slaughtered, as they were slaughtered, they will rise up to a better place where they don't have to deal with any of this madness anymore. Leave us behind to fix that they couldn't. Because it is our job. Because we can allow ourselves to annihilate each other because of our beliefs, because of our inability to accept one another. Or we can learn about each other. We can show acceptance for one another. We can be what we call human beings. It is a choice for all of us. It's never a choice made for us, regardless of what we think. It's always our choice whether we will evolve or fall to madness. I've said a lot about a lot of different things here. And, again, these are my beliefs, not necessarily yours. And for me to say what I think you should, I'd be just as bad of a person as everyone else that's trying to fight for your beliefs. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about what I said. I want to know, what do you believe? What do you think? With what I just said, how did it make you feel? Did it make you angry? Did it make you sad? Did it express yourself? Let me know you have beliefs. Because as much as I'm willing to fight for my own, as long as your beliefs are not about hurting others, then I can allow myself to share what you have, to share in your beliefs. Down below, there's a comment section. Tell me what you believe in. Tell me that you actually care enough about this world to talk about